Okay, so the Eagles just got great news. They're getting a player back. Plus, every single starter will be at practice today. Meanwhile, the Commanders QB1 is taking our QB1's catchphrase.
I always say keep the main thing the main thing.
No, everybody says, keep the main thing the main thing.
NFC Championship week keeps getting more interesting. We also talk about what Frankie Luvu said about Saquon Barkley. Referees better watch him, as Saquon Barkley shuts down the momentum confident take analysts are saying about the Commanders. So much to break down, including what A.J. Brown comes to terms with, and Jason Kelce chimes in on Eagles vs. Commanders. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with the Eagles and can't wait for the NFC Championship game, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any. So the Eagles will have their first padded practice today on Thursday, as yesterday was a walkthrough. Only 2 players didn't practice, Dallas Goedert with an ankle and Cam Jurgens with his back. However, as I was recording this video, Nick Sirianni said that both them will practice today. The 2 guys we were keeping our eye on in Jalen Hurts and Quinyon Mitchell both were limited participants yesterday in the walkthrough. And after practice, Quinyon Mitchell was asked how he feels, and he gave us everything we need to know.
Feeling good, ready to go this Sunday.
Any limitations or anything?
Nah, I'm good to go.
What happened on the injury?
Just tried to make a tackle. Kind of like felt something in my shoulder neck area, and then just couldn't come back in.
How confident are you in making a tackle this upcoming game and not getting injured again?
Very comfortable. Yeah, no limitations.
Was there a point where you thought that you might be out for a while?
No.
This is the best case scenario for a guy that missed the rest of the game. As for Jalen Hurts, he was asked the same question when he took the podium.
Yeah, I've just been progressing, taking it a day at a time. Was able to participate today and be involved in stuff, so just taking it a day at a time.
You feel like you're still on track to play Sunday?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you'd be able to play like you usually do, like be able to run and do it?
Every game is different, so just want to take it a day at a time and continue to progress.
One of the last questions asked to him was about him always being injured in the playoffs. They asked him if he feels unlucky, snake bitten. How does he feel about it?
It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game, and I accept whatever comes with that. I told you guys that I've submitted myself to doing whatever it takes to win, and some things come with that. But ultimately, you just got to make the adjustments you need to make to be able to play at a high level. There won't be any excuses going in or coming out.
And everybody who just cares about stats really don't get Jalen Hurts. All he wants to do is win, which he does at a high clip, and his confidence level, with no excuses, is at the top of the league. Both Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown were asked about how Jalen Hurts looks, plus how you think he'll play.
I'm expecting Jalen to be Jalen. He's going to show up for us. He's going to make plays. He's a winner. He got that it factor, like I've said multiple times. And, it's on us to go out there, too, and step up. We all got to step up, everybody. It's an opponent that we're familiar with, and they're familiar with us. And, they're playing great ball right now. Got a lot of confidence over there, too. So it's going to take all of us to go out there and win this game on Sunday.
Now, AJ on Jalen Hurts.
I'm expecting him to come out and just, do what he does. And, he's a warrior. He went out for a little bit. They said Kenny was warming up. We looked up, and he was warming up. So that tells you everything about him. That doesn't surprise me. And if he is, I don't know. But in that game, he came back in the game, and he finished the game. So, so it says a lot about him.
Of course, the media had to ask A.J. Brown a couple questions about the passing game, and he literally came out and said, Jalen Hurts is not turning the ball over, and we're winning football games. I'm going to need Jalen Hurts to continue doing what he's doing. That, to me, just shows the ultimate focus that all these guys in the locker room have, because when the media asks more than 3 or 4 questions about the passing game, normally A.J. Brown says something, but he shut it down early when asked, you haven't had 2 games in a row with less than blah, blah, blah yards or targets since your rookie season. You got to be thinking there's no way it could be a 3rd game like that.
I can't worry about what happened in the past or even these past 2 games. I only can look at the film and learn from it. And it's just kind of how the game's been going, you know. Like I said, after the game, you know, I'm okay. We won. I had some incredible blocks for the spring touchdown. So regardless of if the numbers are not there, you know, I know people care about that. But right now, you know, none of that matter. It's all about getting that win at the end of the day. So it don't matter.
But if you think A.J. Brown's going to continue to get 2 to 3 targets or 1 to 2 catches a game, you are out your mind. One of these games, he's going to go off. Not saying we're not going to run the ball 25 times too, but I can see a A.J. Brown game breaking out really soon, and Marshawn Lattimore couldn't guard him last time. I know A.J. Brown had some drops in the snow, but when he was asked about that knee feeling better, I like what he said.
Feeling better. I'm getting better. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah.
The laugh and him saying he's going to leave it at that shows a game is coming up. Not to forget guys like Dallas Goedert and, more importantly, Devontae Smith, who normally tears up the Washington Commanders pretty darn good. You can't forget about the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. However, hearing A.J. Brown on the pride he's taken in blocking this year is music to my ears.
Absolutely. You know, it's magnified because he's a home run hitter at any moment. You know, that's equivalent as me running a go ball and catching a ball down the sideline for a touchdown. You know, all I know is if he get past.
Man, can Championship Sunday get here? I'm too excited. Last time the Commanders came to Philly, we got the dub. We all know that. However, a Commanders fan was asked a couple questions leaving the stadium, and he gave the Eagles their respect. But I thought I was bad at pronouncing names. Listen to him.
Saquon Barkley. I swear, Saquon Barkley is the best. We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Saquon Barkley. Lord have mercy, man. All to the Eagles, man. All to the Birds.
Bro, how do you mispronounce Saquon Barkley's name? Anyways, Frankie Luvu on Saquon Barkley. He's one of the best ever to play the position, but every game we play is going to be a dogfight. We run and we hit. Now, anybody else saying about running and hitting our players, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's football. But the last time Frankie Luvu played the two best teams in the NFC, he knocked out Jalen Hurts with a late hit to the ground, and he came with his helmet to the head of Jared Goff, which knocked him out a little bit. He did get back in the game. So all I'm going to say is this. NFL officials, you better be watching Frankie Luvu. On that note, Saquon Barkley was asked about playing a division rival for the third time. Not just that, but the division rival having momentum, having confidence. But Saquon Barkley shuts down that confidence talk.
Fortunately, I've been a part of it. Unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of it, playing the team 3 times. And, you know, I think in those games, what matters the most is it really comes down to who wants it more. All that, how everyone's playing, how confident you are. I've been on the side where, you know, we just beat Minnesota, number 2 or number 3 team or seed, I forgot what they were, on a road win. And, you know, we came in to Philly with all the confidence that we're going to come win that football game. And before you know it, we blinked, it was 28-0. So these games going to come down to what football's all about. You got to establish a line of scrimmage, create turnovers, don't turn the ball over, make explosive plays, and find a way to get in the end zone and stop them from getting in the end zone. So everyone could get caught up with emotions and division rivals and this stuff like that. All that stuff is just nonsense. It don't matter. It matters what you do on the football field.
Now, granted, the Commanders in 2024 are way better than the Giants in 2022, but I understand what he's saying. But look at this awards finalist. Saquon could be the MVP or the Offensive Player of the Year. Zach Bond could be the Defensive Player of the Year. We got 2 candidates for Defensive Rookie of the Year in Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. And Assistant Coach of the Year, Fangio. And what side of the ball is he on? Defense. Jayden Daniels is great. But if you let Fangio look at him twice, there's no way he's going to let a rookie beat him to go to the Super Bowl, especially with guys on the squad like this. And although he's not up there for an award finalist, Jalen Carter did make second team All-Pro in his second year, and is having a monster year. Saquon Barkley said this to him.
JC, why not today, bro? Make your mark, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I played against you. You that mother, bro. They're scared of you, bro. They are scared of you.
That was back in New Orleans. Listen to Saquon Barkley talk about him now.
He has a big influence on his team. He's one of our better players, one of our best defensive players, and he plays. When he's out there, he's just unstoppable. You got to count for him, and just seeing his growth, his leadership growth, and his maturity throughout the season, how it's improved, and being on the outside of being a fan of his game and going against him, seeing what he's able to bring. So we're going to continue to need him for the rest of this run.
Mind you, he's coming off a 2-sack game in the snow, going up against a backup right guard since Washington lost Sam Cosmi for the year, tearing his ACL versus the Lions. I know we're talking playoff football, but we got to continue to credit Howie Roseman. We talk about the signees, Zach Bond, Saquon Barkley, but look at the last 5 NFL drafts for Howie Roseman. Jalen Hurts, a main guy. Devontae Smith, a main guy. Landon Dickerson, a main guy. Cam Jurgens, a main guy. Jalen Carter, a main guy. Jordan Davis, a big-time contributor. Not really getting sacks, but can stop the run as good as anyone. Maro Ajomo, a 7th-round pick who sometimes outsnaps Jordan Davis, depending on how the game's going, and is getting sacks in the playoffs. Nakobe Dean was a main guy. Nolan Smith becoming a main guy. Jalix Hunt, a contributor who got a playoff sack. Quinyon Mitchell, a main guy. Cooper DeJean, a main guy. And both of them have a chance to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. This roster is loaded, but it's not old and loaded. It's young and talented, and Howie Roseman will continue to spend money. But let's get back to the NFC Championship game. Jason Kelce talks about Eagles versus Commanders.
I have not expected the Commanders team to be at this point all season long. I think that they have a tremendous quarterback who's played really well as a rookie, and their coaches have done a phenomenal job. I think as players, they have good players. I wouldn't say, I'll be very candid. I think the Eagles are better at every position. I don't know that there is one position, if you put the two rosters, the depth charts next to each other, that I would take the Washington player over the Eagle player. And that is a very honest assessment. I think that the Eagles are loaded. In Washington, to their credit, they play extremely well as a team. Dan Quinn is a fantastic coach. They scheme things well. Dan has always schemed us well. Even in Dallas, I didn't think that Dallas was particularly that good on defense last year, and they played us really tough in Dallas. So they're well coached. They play as a unit. They make minimal mistakes. They go for it on 4th down and get it a lot, which increases drives and their opportunities. So they do a lot of things really, really well, which is a big reason they're still here. And they just got done beating the best team in the NFC, arguably, over the last 2 seasons, pretty candidly in their house. And, I think, obviously Detroit had some mistakes that magnified that, but, there wasn't a lot of defense played on either side of the ball, but it's going to be a tough game. And, Washington, when your quarterback is playing that well and you're that disciplined as a team, it's really hard to beat teams like that.
Commander fans are upset about him saying, when you look at the roster, there's no one I would take on the Commander side over the Eagle side. But if you keep listening, he does give him credit, and I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. Divisional game, regardless what Saquon Barkley said, you know each other. Mistakes are magnified. Luckily, we haven't been making mistakes. We are the home team. And again, when you look at the roster, I believe it's the better roster over here in Philly. Saquon Barkley was asked a question yesterday on something he said when he first got to the Eagles. After his first practice, he said it's kind of surreal being in the huddle with A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. He even included the offensive line. He said all these great players. Did you ever think with a team with all these great players, you would be the best one or the focal point?
No, because I don't look at it that way. I think that I think football is the best sport, and I've loved it since I was a little kid. And the main reason why I loved it is obviously I have passion for it, and it's something I want to do. But I think it's the greatest team sport, and I think people get lost in that. We forget about that. We'll talk about a quarterback play, and we'll have quarterbacks go against each other. And like this week, I'm pretty sure the media is talking about Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes' record against each other, but that's not it. That's not how the game is worked. The game's a team sport. You could have 9 guys all on the same page and 2 guys are not on the same page. The play won't work. So I don't look at it as who's the stars. Obviously, it comes with it. You might have media deals, you might have commercials, you might have follows on IG, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how you compete as a team. And if you don't have a great team, it don't matter. You won't be successful. And I think I'm a prime example of that right now.
The level of focus is right where we need it to be. And as Jalen Hurts will always say, keep the main thing the main thing. Or should I say, Jayden Daniels now saying it. Come on, stop trying to be like us.
I always say keep the main thing the main thing.
Everybody says, keep the main thing the main thing.
And I always say keep the main thing the main thing.
Everybody says, keep the main thing the main thing.
Lastly, the Eagles opened a 21-day window for Britton Covey. I don't see him getting in as a wide receiver because Jahan Dotson's starting to kick up. However, who do you want to return punts in the NFC Championship? A just return Britton Covey or Cooper DeJean? Let me know in the comment section. All I know is we better not turn the ball over on special teams. With all that being said, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. Again, I'm not going to the game. Went to the Packers and Rams game. I will be here with my favorite beverage, calling the game for you guys, with you guys. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know when we drop in videos or go live the rest of the week. Muscle up if you got nothing to say. Drop a comment. I absolutely love hearing from you. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.